All right, Josh, your turn. Yours is gonna be Mike was I think it was like 30 minutes. Yours should be a lot shorter since you pretty much watched me make your character again when I did the when I imported it to Fantasy Grounds. So you pretty much have an idea. So you're specific to your class, the barbarian. Like I was saying, this is a good place to learn to see what you get when you level up and how many rages you have and how much damage your rages do. Pretty self-explanatory. We know we already went through all of this stuff. You pretty much know. Let's just go to you know what your background is. You know what your being a half orc gives you. Basically, it's all right here. The features. So you have advantage on dexterity saving throws. In 30-foot range, you can basically go batshit crazy. You can attack for easier chance to hit, but it's easier to hit you. You have a higher armor class when you're not wearing armor. Well, you can add your dexterity modifier and your constitution modifier. Wanderer, from your background, you can provide food and stuff for when traveling in the wilderness. You can see in dim light as though it were bright light, and dark light. And darkness as though it were dim light. Whenever you would die, you go to 1 HP instead, and this goes away until when you finish a long. You get to reduce again when you finish a long rest. Savage attacks, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time, added to the extra damage of the critical hit. Okay, so basically, so you know your languages, your inventory, pretty self-explanatory. Let's just go right into your actions. That's how to use your character. So from the last video, the Fantasy Grounds video, you should know how to make an attack. You drag it or you can whatever. So the things I want to go over with you is how to manage your abilities basically. So what I've done is I've given you the summary. You know that you can change these. I deleted that. You can basically what I'll do is I'll go to reckless attacks and I'll just copy this and paste it there. There we go. All right. So let's just start with rage, since that's like your main thing. I showed this in the other video. Basically, when you click this button, it's gonna put rage on you for 10 turns in the combat tracker. So if you go here, I've clicked it. Now it's there for 10 turns. It automatically does everything that this thing says it does. Advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Whenever you make one of those rolls by going here and doing a strength check, so if I did a strength check, it gives you advantage. You see automatically it rolled 2 dice. If you have to make a strength saving throw, it's going to give you advantage. You roll 2 dice automatically. You don't have to worry about it. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you get bonus damage +2, and that table we pulled up earlier will show you that increases as you level up, but it stays for 2 damage for a while. And you have resistance to these attacks. So whenever somebody would damage you with these, and this effect is on, the game's automatically going to reduce it by half. Like if I had this goblin, let's say this, because I think he's attacking with slashing damage. Is it slashing? Yeah, so you have resistance to slashing. So if I did this and then apply the damage to you, it's going to do, let me scroll down. Oops. So damage, so he rolled a 5, but you only took 2 damage because you resisted it. And it tells you what happened. It got partially resisted by your effect. And that's pretty much it. And then when you're done raging, at the end of the battle, I'll basically clear the effects off, and that'll be that. So that's pretty much rage. Now, rage, whenever you use it, for some reason it doesn't automatically check this, so you're going to have to check it manually and just say, yeah, okay, you're going to use this, and then you would click it, and now we know it's used. But what will happen is when I do a rest, let's say I do a long rest, it will automatically clear all your rages, and so you don't have to worry about unchecking them. This is just a good way to keep track in multiple battles of how many rages you've used, and this will also go up as your level increases. And when it does, we can change the properties of this, but basically, like, if I go to here, this is all the effects. It lasts for 1 minute. We don't want to mess with that. Okay. Anyway, so another thing with rage is that most of the time, like I was saying in the other video, you're going to be in standard and actions. You can don't mess with group because that's kind of how I have them grouped. I mean, you could change it, but it's also going to like to each one of these groups. There's like modifiers and stuff that are applied. So it'd be better if you don't change the group. The summary is just for like quick summary. So you're going to be on actions most of the time, which gives you your buttons, and then you're going to be on standard all the other times, unless if you look at preparation, this is where I set it. So once you level up to that certain point, I forget what the chart is, what it says, not Outlander. What level do you get to use more rages? So at level 3, actually next level, you get to rage 3 times. You get to, oh, you should only have 2 rages a day. I don't know why I have it set for 3. Well, there you go. Let me make sure that's what it says on the, yeah, it says, according to the chart. So yeah, so for some reason I gave you 3, but you're only supposed to have 2. Okay, so then when it increases or decreases, like once you hit level 3 and it goes to 3, this is how I'll change it, or you can change it, whatever. But we go back to actions, you change it to preparation, and then you just change this number on how. So right now you're actually at 2, and it's per day, so it only refreshes on a long rest. And that's the same thing for restless endurance. This will always be 1, so you don't have to change. You don't ever have to worry about that. So that's the only thing you don't have to worry about here. So now it's down to 2, and so that's just how you change it from 3 or 4. Also, when your damage goes up at level 9, which will be a while, but just what we'll do is this little formula right here. If I click this magnify, this is like the formula. Let me do this because it's the syntax, like how it's obviously it's very specific. So, but basically, I'll just change this damage 2 to damage 3, and then it'll automatically do it. But we'll just keep an eye. Just remember, just look at this chart when you level up, and obviously we'll say, okay, you get primal path. We'll check your rages and your rage damage, and then we'll edit this sheet based on what this says. So that's pretty much rage. Reckless attack. I think I showed reckless attack too. So basically, this is whenever you want to make a reckless attack, they only last for 1 round. So if it's your turn, I just use reckless attack. It applies what reckless attack does. So you have advantage when you attack. So if I do this, it's going to roll 2 dice. And then when it's the enemy's turn and he attacks you, he's going to have 2 dice as well, because that's what he's supposed to attack. Oh, I got rid of it. Why did I get rid of it? It's supposed to do... okay, so if it's your turn and I do reckless attack, you attack, right? So let's just say you attack, yep. Okay, everything's good. It doesn't go away. Huh, why is it doing that all of a sudden? 1 round. That's what it's supposed to be. Oh, because it's at the end of the... That's kinda... It doesn't make any sense. I don't have to look into that, but it should last until the beginning of your next turn, and it's going away at the end of the round instead. Huh. I wonder if I do turn, if it'll change it. Maybe I have it set up wrong. Minute, hour, day, round. No, it should be round. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. It's kind of weird. I thought it was working the other day. So then... Yeah, it goes away. It's not supposed to go away until the beginning of your next turn. Okay, and then... So that's it for that, and then your danger sense, which gives you advantage on dexterity saving throw. So basically, whenever you would make a dexterity saving throw, you would just click this button, and it gives you advantage on your next dexterity saving throw, and it goes away at the beginning whenever you use it. So if you do that's a check. If I did a dexterity saving throw, it gives you 2 dice, and then it expires. It goes away. So that one works. And then restless endurance, you would just click this, and we would just change your HP. And see, because I'm in combat, it goes away. It only shows me things I can use. I would just leave it on standard. I don't like. That's up to you, but I'll leave it on combat. I don't like combat. And then Savage attacks is this is just a reminder, basically, like, hey, don't forget about this. You don't actually do anything. Just when you roll a crit, just remember this, and then you get to roll 1 extra damage. And what you would do is you would just, roll your, let's say you critted, let's say, where is it? Critical, and let's say you rolled your critical. So you rolled 2 of those dice, you get a 19, and then I would say, I think I could do, what is it, damage dice 1 additional time, so you would roll a d12. I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe if I... you might just have to... You could just roll it in the window, but I don't like that, because it doesn't automatically do your... Alright, so here's what I'm going to do then. If I do just savage attacks and I go to delete item. If I go to add an action and I want to add damage, not a heal. Delete action, yes. We want to add action, add damage. And then I would say damage, I'm going to do d12. I think there's a way. There it is. So 1d12, and you don't add your you don't get to add your +3 to it. You only add your modifier once to all 3 of the dice. So that's all you would do, and then it would be slashing, I guess, most likely, and that would be it. So now, if I minimize this. And you know what I'll do too? I'll do, just to help you out, I'll add another one, a d12. No, do not want to do that. 1d12 here, 1d12 here. And then this one will be bludgeoning, and this will be for in case you crit with your great club. And then I'll do another one for your great club's only 8, I lied. Oops. This is 4, 6, this is 8, so we want 8 here. And then your d6 for your piercing. So bludgeoning, and then piercing. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So, oh, I didn't want to do all that. I bet you now if I did, yeah, it's going to roll all 3. That's not what we want either. Okay, so basically I would just have to do add action, add damage, and then add action, add damage. And then I'd have to go in here, change this, and we would just do delete item, delete item, and then I would go into here, add damage. What did I say? Bludgeoning, which was 12, 10, 8. Sorry you have to do this, but like I said, if I don't do this now, I won't remember. Bludgeoning, no, we're not doing that. And then, so we're good there. 1d8 bludgeoning, and then this is 1d6 piercing. Alright, and let's take care of it. Alright, so now what you can do is whatever you crit with, so let's say I crit it, back to that roll, so I crit it with that, you just, if you hover over this, it'll tell you what type of damage it is. And this is important because if a creature has resistance to a damage, it'll automatically do it. So you just say, okay, this is my d12 for my great axe, and then I would just take this and roll it on top of him. And now it's going to add another 11 damage to that enemy. So that's how we're going to do it. And I'll figure out reckless attack and figure out why it's going away at the actual end of the round, not till your next turn. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Everything else is in here. So that's pretty much how you run your character. Yeah. Any questions? Just let me know. All right, man.